Hit record and jump into this before. So let's see, do a recap of last session. We started the game at the end of the race. It commenced in Cantos threw Quinn from the window, his vehicle, or getting out of his vehicle, and it looked like he was talking to her at a distance. Lord Bartel called for the winner ceremony. You guys were trying to reach Quinn, who was on the ground. But Mithra and Kavil were caught in a magic charm and dragged up to the podium. Malachi lost track of Quinn as the sentinels took her away. Warden Bartel invited them to dinner afterwards, and after a brief scuffle with the sentinels, you guys awoke in a guest room. Korodal was not looking too pleased with Mithra, as he realized she tried to charm, well, she did charm him. Let's see, Quinn, you were thrown into solitary confinement with Cantos and Coyote, as well as a few other randoms. Warden Bartel dismissed Korodal after he came into the room and brought you others to his office for dinner and some chit-chat. Down in the solitary confinement, Quinn, you noticed that the cell floor was a loose iron plate. The whole cell itself was actually an iron cage of sorts. But the bottom floor was able to lift up. Below that was a hallway with several blocking obstacles. One led to a stairway, but it had a portcullis and a row of huge logs that blocked your way to get to it. And the other direction led to a cave-in of rubble and bones. It looked like it was caused on purpose. You could see hammering into the walls and big cave-in areas, like somebody just pounded the shit out of it. That is when an earthquake hit the entire complex. In the room with Warden, books tumbled off the walls. Malachi, you snatched up a small green orb that rolled from the shelf. Warden Bartel opened a set of curtains, and you saw that it looked out across an expansive field with rolling hills, and there was a small town far below in the valley. He then sent the PCs back to their cells. Quinn, you clambered back into your cell in time to not get caught by the guard. You had Coyote make a distraction, so he was hooting and hollering and barking and itching himself and such. But they came up, got you guys out, and took you back to your cells as well. Later that evening, two sentinels came. One took Quinn and one took Kavil. Quinn, you met with a being that called herself Leodora. The name was a hint at who it really was. Shared a bit of personal info, while Kavil was invited to the Leisure Basin to have a seat with Warden Bartel. That doesn't matter part. So Kavil and Quinn, you were returned to your cells. Malachi noticed looked like a contract or something written into the Quinn's back, carved into her flesh, but didn't get too much information on the matter. And after that, everybody basically went to sleep, so you guys would have a long rest and stuff, so be sure to pump your hit points back up if you need to, and get your spells slots all set and things like that. I think that is about it, unless you guys want to add anything. Excellent. All right. In that case, Quinn and Malachi, you guys would be coming out of your meeting. In your case, you met with this Leodora woman who mentioned a little bit of information to you about what was going on outside of the prison, and that this person that you were looking for wasn't where she originally thought, but did give you some clues and such. And you met with Kavil on your way back. The guards took you, basically put you back in your prison. So it's Mithra and Kavil in one, Quinn and Malachi in the opposite cell. Did you guys do anything before heading to bed for the night?
I think we ended with me and Malachi having a bit of a squabble and not getting along, so we went to bed kind of quiet.
Yeah, we're doing the same. Nothing special.
You're muted, Rachel, somehow.
Sorry, I'm just exhausted and I want to stick near the group because I'm terrified, but I just want to go to bed.
All right. Let me pop this. And we will hop into this and give you... All right.
Does this count as a long rest?
Yep, you're going to have a long rest, so your hit points will all be refreshed. Any spell slots or anything like that you used up are all refreshed, and you are all good and ready to roll. So as you lay down for the evening, Quinn, you lay in there, you can see your brother on the cot across the way, empty pack of cigarettes underneath his bed, as he seems to be asleep at the moment, breathing heavily. Across the hall, Kavil and Mithra, both on their own cots, resting, getting much rest they can before the morning. You're going to be hit with some visions, maybe some nightmares, dreams, a bit of a flashback. Why don't you read us your novel?
Yeah, I apologize in advance, everybody. I got kind of caught up in the moment and wrote a very special snowflake backflash. So prepare yourselves for my short essay. As I'm twisting and turning in bed through the nightmares, I am indeed pulled back to a memory of a place, a moment, a person, or more importantly, a name. One name resonates out in Quinn's head, Imogen. And she's pulled back to a scene where the audio kind of fills in the scene at first. Loud yells and chatters begin to paint this scene, filling the voids of a tavern full to the brim with drunken, obnoxious patrons and beautiful women and men of many different races. Thin fabrics drape not only from the skin of these mesmerizing figures, but also from the ceilings and walls of the interior of this place, much like a spider's web. The colors, once bright, are now stained with the consistent rise of smoke, and the smell is the next thing that kind of fills out this memory as the wafting of incense litter around the large establishment. Burning slowly, the perfumes desperately cling to the air, but they are no match for the true odors that lurk, the odors of sweat, booze, tobacco, and excrement. And worst of all, if you dare to discern, it's better not that you don't. Focus on the perfume if you can. This tavern is multi-district, and there are semi-private rooms circling the main bar area. Hallways lead in every direction. Stairs lead to other stories of the bar, and it's much like a maze. And the further you go down these hallways, the darker and more private the room gets. The whole establishment is very disorienting. And as you come in, your senses are all immediately assaulted. And most who wander are subconsciously pulled to the comforting familiarity of the enormous bar. Something familiar in the chaos, alcoholic, something comforting. And as we look at this bar, it's ancient looking, and there's this massive towering bookshelf that is leaning over to one side, and there's these liquor-filled bottles kind of hanging from the many stories of this bookshelf. There are ladders that are needed, like library ladders, to get to the highest shelves kind of on wheels. And you currently see these kobolds precariously swinging from one ladder to another as a pear-shaped man with a pinstriped vest is working at the bar hurriedly, making drink orders and shouting as these trapezing kobolds are swinging from one end to the other of the ladders, reaching up and grabbing bottles, chucking them down with impressive precision. Pillows catch the bottle's fall before shattering to the floor, and with a surprising amount of finesse, the bartender kicks up a bottle, catches it, uncorks it, and pulls a drink order, throwing the bottle back up behind the back toss, yelling out to the kobolds. It's all this kind of orchestra that they're performing. There's a horde of patrons all trying to get to the bar, much like zombies, all shouting and trying to order their next order, and the bartender is doing his best to fill all the orders, but they eventually overtake him, causing a spill, a smashing of a glass. The man yells out, "Of Goethe!" The bar suddenly goes quiet in anticipation. And then suddenly scurrying out are several small children like rats that seem to come from unseen crevices. Many of them, 7 at least. The pear-shaped man looks and says, "I don't care which one of you little idiots it is. Get over here." "Yeah, you, the 6th." He points to a small girl that has this black hair, familiar looking, but much younger and dingier. Green eyes. We see a small Quinn. And she hurries to the bar to breathe out this silence of anticipation. She gets there and the man yells, "Of Goethe her! Hurry up and clean this damn mess and bring a drink order over to table 9. The mess has already been cleaned before the sentence is finished, and the young girl picks up a single tray of glass and a glass water of coffee and water. with expertise, she hurries across the floor, passing all patrons of all kinds of fraternizing and mingling. She looks at the order and thinks to herself, no alcohol, unusual for a place like this. And it's a weird kind of wisdom that an 8-year-old girl should not have. And she finally gets to the table and she sees this figure with a pointy buckled hat, black with a large brim that covers her face. And she's leaning over a lantern, currently illuminating an old looking book. The small girl is fascinated by this unusual customer. She can think of no weirder location to do some light reading than the sinner's sanctum. She comes up and goes to drop off the order, but is caught off guard with the nimbleness that she showed before, kind of momentarily slipping, and she almost spills the tray onto the book. The woman quickly reaches over, though, and stops the glass from falling. Quinn, realizing her obnoxious behavior, apologizes quickly, and the woman, she figures out with a female voice, says, "Oh, thank you, little one." There's an unfamiliar warmness to her voice as she reaches into a coin purse and flips out a coin. The girl catches it. And if the book was not interesting to her before, the pouch that this woman reaches into, bulging with shiny metal coins, is absolutely entrancing. She's so shocked by the coin that she almost drops it and nervously looks around to see if anyone's watching her. She's never been thanked before, much less tipped. She nervously stammers out, "Enjoy the beverage, ma'am." The woman replies, "You look interested in books. Can you read, little one?" The girl thinks, "Shit, she's caught me now. I'm going to be in trouble if I speak for too long." She tries to lie, "No," but then corrects herself inexplicably. "A little, I guess." She's confused as she looks at this woman. Why is she betraying her own actions? Why is she speaking when she doesn't mean to? And the woman in these dark, clean robes shifts her perspective, the large brimming hat finally meeting the gaze of the woman. And it's as if an eternity and a moment has all passed in this instant. The woman looks at her. "What is your name?" The small girl wants nothing more than to leave and lie, but she can't for some reason. And as she looks into the eyes of this character, she's even more enthralled because what she sees is dull gray cataracts that sink into this middle-aged woman's face. Some features are youthful, others are ancient. There's wisps of gray tangled into deep strands of red hair tucked under this big hat. Blind, how can she read? But somehow she knows that even without talking to this woman, she sees more than anyone else in this room. "My name," she replies. "Of Goethe the Sixth. That's my name, ma'am." And there's an embarrassment in her tone. "You don't like that name, do you? I can't say I don't blame you. It certainly doesn't roll off the tongue. What does it mean? It sounds terrible." The small girl replies, "Well, there are many mums around here, and even more children. The bartender Gestiel says it's not worth giving us proper names, so instead we say who we belong to, and then put a him and her at the end of it. So my mother's name is Goethe, and I'm the sixth-born daughter of Goethe. So, you have many brothers and sisters then?" The woman kind of tries to hide her frown and does so well. "Only one that really matters to me," this of Goethe says coldly. "You know, just because you don't like your given name does not mean that, or just because you are given a name does not make that yours. I, for one, have 17 names." The woman smiles. "How do you remember them all?" "Most I do not remember, but at least one person does, and that's all that really matters. So, tell me, little girl, if you could, what would you choose your name to be?" The girl instinctively replies, "Quinn," blurting it out as if the name had been there all along. "And why Quinn?" "It makes me think of a wise bird, like an owl or a falcon." "And why would you want to be an owl, a wise one, Quinn?" The name already felt right on her lips. To fly away from this place, get as far away as possible. And the old woman smiles, the most purest smile that she's ever seen. It's almost angelic and radiant. It's this complete acceptance that is only something a girl could dream of. The smile almost brings tears to Quinn's face as she just feels pure happiness and complete understanding. This is the smile that she wished her mother would look at her with, the smile that she wished anyone would look at her, and she would do anything again to feel this smile. The woman gives some advice about how you don't need to be able to fly to follow your own ambitions, and the conversation kind of drags on. Quinn asks how you ended up here. And the woman just blurts out with her hands kind of apologetically to the air, I just ended up here by accident. She argues that no one ends up at the Sinner's Sanctum by accident. This is a place that's well hidden by many illusions and protected people that you do not easily get to. And the woman says that just because I chose to be here does not mean I'm not here on purpose. She smiles. Quinn, not really understanding, realizes that she's been there for too long and she needs to break this conversation before Gestiel, the bartender, scolds her for wasting time. She goes to turn away and she is not able to do so as the woman reaches out and grabs her hand. Quinn, if you could trouble me, I have a favor I would like to ask of you. She takes a deep breath now, feeling as the woman drives, the cup spilling over onto her book and Gestiel looking back to see what's going on, anger in his face. Quinn begins to breathe deeply, realizing that she's already wasted too much time. She takes control of the conversation and says, I have given you your drink, your order. Now leave me alone. I have work to do here. You're going to get me in trouble. Good evening, man. And she quickly scoops up and brushes up the water and the spilt water on her lap. And as she walks away, there's a smirk of success on her face, as not only does she tuck in the rag, but the giant coin purse that the woman had. As she's walking away, though, that smile is stolen from her face, that achievement of ripping off this lady, this silly blind fool. The lady announces, Imogen. That is my name, Quinn. I think we'll meet again, and if you change your mind, I would love it if you helped me. That smirk is washed away now as Quinn wonders if this is what she's stooped to, stealing from an innocent, blind, accepting woman. But she knows that she must, because she has to get her and her brother out of here. And she takes that thought and washes it away and wonders, I wonder what name my brother would choose for himself. And that's where the scene ends. Sorry, that was so long. Oh my God.
You're fine.
No, that was so good. That was so good. I loved it.
So you're the first to awake then, Quinn, maybe starting up out of sleep with this flashback. Everything felt real during this dream, as if you were back at your young self again, as if you were living that moment all over. But there's something that seems to nag at you a little bit as you lay there. You can hear in the distance the sound of footsteps, the clacking of the sentinel's heels. Sounds like it must be early morning as they prepare to wake people up and get things around. But yeah, there was something else about that dream. I'm not sure if it's really even the dream or if it was when it happened, back when you were a child. But all through this, you could see and maybe kind of remember the patrons that were left in this Sinner's Sanctum. It seems to nag at you. There was somebody else there during all of this. You never noticed it maybe way back when you were a child or something, but after this dream, it seems to be just nagging at the edge of your consciousness, as if something wasn't quite right with that flashback. If something seems off to you. And as you lie there for a few moments pondering, you can quickly feel the stream fading away. Can't even barely remember what it was about anymore. You can hear the ringing of the knights, or the morning sentinel sticks clattering on the bars as they begin to yell, wake up, time to get up, you fools. And all the way down through this hallway, they start clacking their sticks along the bars, getting everybody up. This one passes in front of your cells. He'll glance in at both of you. You've seen him before, just a normal morning guard, nobody of importance, nobody that really has a name of any importance anyway. And he'll clack a few times and kick the cell doors as he makes his way down the hallway of the west wing. You'll see Warden Bartell starts coming down. You can hear him in the distance first talking. As he comes up, and he'll stop in front of your guys' cells. Looks like we have a bit of a mess on our hands, boys and girls. Somebody was murdered last night, so we're doing a cell check. Get your asses out here and stand in a line. You'll move on to the next cell, repeating this message as it goes down. The guards will stop. It looks like there's a good 30 of them at least, all the way down through this hallway. As you guys get up and step forward and look down, you can see everybody, or all the other inmates, are getting ushered out of their cells to stand in a line, outside of their cells, so the guards can go in one at a time and check your rooms. What do you guys do?
Fuck you. I don't want to get up out of bed, you son of a fucking bitch.
So, you ain't got much choice now, do you, lad? You'll see this large guard, a black guy, a bit of a fat lip that you ransacked the night before. Malachi, step in. Says, I'm ready for you this time. Why don't you go ahead and make a move, little bastard?
Hey, Malachi will slowly fucking roll out of bed, put his feet planted firmly on the ground, and push up with his hands on the hard rock mattress, I would imagine. Probably have to tilt his head up even after standing straight up just to look this guy in the eyes and say, you know what, bitch? Why don't you fucking go wait out there? I'm going back to bed.
He ain't doing no such thing. And he'll walk over, looks down at you, Quinn. You gonna get up too, wench?
Yeah, I'll get up and go over to Malachi and say, sorry, guard, my brother's not much of a morning person. Give us a moment.
You don't have moments. Get out there and stand in the line.
I'll
He'll
give
fish
Malachi.
around in his pocket for a moment, or else I'll plant something here for you to find.
I'll give Malachi a look like it's not worth it, and hopefully he follows.
Yeah, I'd follow Quinn's direction if she took me to the line.
This guard, Quinn, you would remember his name is Blackerly. Look around, kind of smirks, walks out and heads on over to the next cell down in the line. Out in the hallway, everybody is lined facing the main doors, which would be at the west end of the hallway, basically in a line all the way down. All the way down through. You guys on your side of the hall, the others on the other side of the hall. They'll walk in, making sure Kavil and Mithra are up as well, and put them in line. The far end of the hall, most of the guards sort of filter out a little bit, some of them going into different rooms and looking things over. But you'll see two guards that are dressed in larger, like a heavier black breastplate in leather armors. They look maybe a higher rank or something, but they'll come through, stop at each cell, and they talk to the guards as they're searching them over, and they're slowly making their way down. I need you guys to give me a perception check, please.
Quinn rolled a natural 1 plus 3.
Well, I got a 2, so that's plus, I think 2, so that's 4.
Come on, Mithra, you're muted, but tell us you come through for us.
No, I got a nat 20, guys.
Ooh.
Hey.
I'll roll for Kavil. Ooh, Kavil got a nat 22. All right. Don't forget, everybody has inspiration as well, but there's nobody to give your point to. Kavil will step out. You come in front of him, Mithra, and get in line amongst all the others, and you'll hear him lean forward a little bit. Looks like we got company. You turn your head around the shoulder, or your head to look over your shoulder, Mithra, and you see 4 little goblins coming up the hallway. They're making a bit of a ruckus, jumping in and out, teasing some of these guards. They pants one of the other inmates before they take off down the hall. Several of the guards come out of these little inmates, or these cells that you're in, and take chase after them. But what you notice more, Mithra, is the fact that Corridal and 3 other large orcs come up behind you and Kavil. You can take an action, though, since you've got a perception check. What do? You can see that 3 thugs have shivs in their hands. Corridal's hands are glowing with this bluish-colored light. They're coming right at you.
So, like, he's about to stab me?
Yep.
Alright, well, I'm gonna turn around and cast shield on myself.
All right.
I think my AC goes up by 5.
Shield is a reactionary thing, actually, that you do when someone attacks you. And
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was waiting for. Alright, then I'm just gonna turn around and be like, what the fuck's going on?
He just grins. He's just coming into straight attack. Do you want to do
I thought you
anything
didn't want to
else?
lose.
He just grins. You can see the other three thugs are. I guess Quinn and Malachi. You guys would notice that you just basically don't get to make a surprise action, as they're essentially just jumping you. And I don't have Cavil's sheet, but I'm going to assume that it's a paladin, so he can just make an attack. So in that case, I'll have him make an attack, and then Mithra, if you want to save your shield for a reaction, do you want to take any other attack or do anything?
I want to cast mage armor on myself.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. You're going to take 1 point of damage, though, because you got those collars on.
Okay.
So bump up your armor by whatever that gives you, 13 plus whatever. And Cavil will be able to make an attack. So we will start initiative. Up first is...
Is it 13 plus your spell modifier?
Plus the dex modifier, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cordal is up first. You can see that he comes around the Cavil, sort of shoving him up against the bars, and he's just coming straight for you, Mithra. 11, 12, 13. I got a 17. I don't know what your AC's at now.
I'm gonna cast shield on myself, so it's a 20 now. So
okay.
That's not a hit.
You'll see his fists come in, and they hit the shield. It's this flash of blue light. You can see both of his hands are covered in this bluish-colored light. And as he'll take a step back, his grin is getting wider. And the thugs are up. All three of them will pile on top of Cavil, basically trying to drag him down to the ground. I'm not doing very good up here. Two of them grab a hold of his arms and slam him up against the bars as the other one comes in. You guys will all see just a small glint of metal in his hand, and Quinn's grunt as it sinks into his gut. I don't know what Cavil has for HP, but we will wing it. As he steps back, you can see the blood start coming down Cavil's shirt. Mithra, you are up. Corridor is right in front of you, just smashing against this shield spell you have up, trying to break through it. The other ones are all on top of Cavil.
All right, give me a second here. I'm just looking at my spell sheet. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at Corridor.
Go for it. You don't have to roll anything besides damage.
So 4 plus 1. 3 plus 1. 4 plus 1. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
He'll take a step back.
Corridor.
One blast into him, second to third. He'll slam up in between you, Quinn, and Malachi up against the bars of your cell. And again, he just rushes forward, getting ready to smash into Mithra again. Cavil is up. I'm going to have him try to disarm this guy. Actually, break free from them. Cavil will start yanking himself free from these two other thugs I have him, giving one a swift kick into the guts and pulling away from the other. And, grab a hold of this one thug that has the shiv's wrist, and the two of them look like they're locked in a bit of a grapple. This shiv just inches away from making another gash into his gut. That is the end of the round, so Quinn and Malachi, you guys will be able to act this turn. Malachi, you are up for... Shit. Malachi's not here.
He dropped again. Oh, he's back, though.
Oh, he's back.
Maybe.
Are you with us?
You look so unimpressed.
Yeah, I just got in. Sorry.
No worries. You're up. Corridor is trying to prison shank Mithra.
He is right there beside. He basically got blasted back into your self bars for the moment, so he's in between you and Quinn, Malachi, but you are up first. But you can see that he's not really paying much attention to you guys. He's going straight for Mithra.
Okay, yeah, definitely Quinn or Malachi would... he'd be really freaked out, but he would instantly react. He would definitely smile slowly. A creaky smile would come across his face again as he realized he was going to be getting involved in something. He would jump on the back of this attacker in front of him or beside him. And at close range, he's going to whisper in his left ear and say, "Hey, buddy." And with his right hand, he's going to cast Eldritch Blast. So the 5-point star will just come blasting out of his hand in a fine point. And at close range, it smacked this guy on the right side of his head. It's 1d force damage. 1d10.
Take 1 point of damage for you two for casting a spell with these collars on.
Absolutely. And that's 3 damage.
Got it.
And he'll just start slowly snickering. Not a full laugh, but snickering in the left ear of Cavendale.
Are you basically kind of like hanging on to him?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Nice. And with that, the thugs are up, and all 3 of them are just pounding on Kavil at the moment. Oof. That's a nat 20 and a 19. You'll see 2 of them grab a hold of Kavil. One drags him down to the ground. Another starts kicking him. The one with a shiv will step down, just buries it right into his collar, rips it out again, digs it up again to his collar, is just stabbing the hell out of him on the ground as Kavil screams and starts bleeding everywhere. Kavil is up and is going to try and break free, but does not. You can see he's thrashing about on the ground, trying to get these 3 thugs off of him. His blood is just going everywhere on the ground. Up ahead, you can see the goblins have created this whole mess of a thing going on in the distance where all the guards are currently trying to deal with and have not yet noticed what is going on down here. But, and with that, Quinn, you are up. You can see your brother is hanging on the back of Cordell. Looks like Cordell's getting ready to reach around and grab him. Kavil is on the ground bleeding everywhere and getting shivved.
And the guards, or the gangsters, are standing above him, shanking him?
Yep, and kicking him and beating the shit out of him.
All right, I will yell out to Malachi to help Mithra, and I will reach down to the plate, just push slightly outside my cell from last night's dinner, and I grab a bone of meat and pull the grease off with my hand and begin to chant these words. And as I do, the puddle of grease in my hand begins to drip down into this viscous substance and goes onto the floor and is absorbed. I cast the spell Grease as a puddle of grease begins to pool up and gurgle underneath the feet of the people shanking Mr. Kavil.
All right. What do they need? Dex save?
They need a dex save, or they fall prone.
All right. I know 2 will fall prone, and the other one's a 13.
Good
I don't
one.
know if that is what your DC is.
14 is my AC right now.
So all 3 will quickly slip and fall on top in this heaping pile, all on top of Kavil, but stops shaking them for the moment.
I'll yell, "Get up, Kavil!" And that's it for my turn.
Yeah, right. Mithra, you are up. Corridal is still standing in front of you. Malachi hanging off his back. You see these thugs on the ground. The sentinels and guards themselves have not really noticed yet, but Kavil is making quite a scream, so... But yeah, Cordell looks like he's getting ready to still come right at you.
All right. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to... He's still not, like... Is he close enough that I could touch him, or is he still a distance away?
Nope, he's right there. You can touch him.
Okay, I'm going to use Shocking Grasp and reach out and touch him.
Perfect. Let's see. Is it just an attack, or do I need a save?
It says it's just an attack. It does 1d8 lightning damage.
All right. Go for it.
1 second. Oh, 8. Fuck yeah. This is my night.
8.
Hell yeah.
I can math tonight, sure. Got it. With that out, he will let out the scream as the electricity courses over his body. You can see it courses up his torso a little bit around his arms and then goes down into his hands that are still crackling with this energy as well. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right. And yes, with that, he will reach behind him. Looks like he tries to grab you hold of you, Malachi. He's going to try and throw you off. He got a 20 on his strength, so you can use athletics or acrobatics.
I'm gonna go with acrobatics.
All right, go for it.
Oh, there's a 12, 13.
So as you try to kind of scurry around or whatever, he grabs you sort of by the back of the neck, and the other hand comes around and grabs your shoulder, and he's just going to heave you forward into Mithra. So he was going to hit one bitch with another. 12, 14, 16, 17 to hit Mithra. Your shield spell only lasts to the end of your turn. Right?
Yeah, so my AC is 15, so it's still ahead.
Yeah, you'll see him grab a hold of Malachi on his shoulder and swing him around. He lets out this scream, and you can see his veins begin to bulge out. His eyes go this deep red color. Both of you take 5 points of damage. 5, 6, 7 points of damage, sorry.
Ooh, fuck.
And give me, I'm going to say, dexterity saving throws.
Okay, sorry, how do I do that? Just roll a d20 and add my dex mod?
Yep.
Shit. That's not good.
18 plus 2.
So you are good. Malachi?
I got a 7.
All right. So you get slammed back into the bars, Mithra. You're able to stay on your feet, but Malachi, you slam into her and just hit the ground hard, so you're going to be prone this round. And that is the end of the round. Up ahead, you can see some guards have started to take notice, and they're trying to get these goblins out of the way so they can run down here. Up first is Malachi. You are on the ground prone. Cordal standing above you, but again, he's not really paying much attention to you as much as he is Mithra at the moment. Cavil's on the ground with you, and the 3 thugs.
How's Cavil looking?
But I'm weak.
Cavil is he's bad, really bad.
He's like really, really bad?
Really, really bad.
Alright, hitting the ground, Malachi will realize what's happening. And not really having very many strong bonds in the prison, he realizes that even losing one friend would be too many. His mind starts to swirl, cascading faster and faster into just despair. And all of a sudden his eyes glint black. And you can feel a fury start building up inside of himself. Something that he's never really felt before. He doesn't really know how to control any of these new powers that he feels he might have. And a burst of energy just surges from him. These tentacles of smoke and ash start pouring from all crevices of his body. And all enemies within 10 feet will have to make a lose save. The save is a strength save for strength save of 19, or they will take 8 damage each.
All 3 thugs failed.
They also will lose reactions until their next turn. And these smoky, ashy arms or tentacles that are flying from Malachi's body are just smashing and whirling throughout the room and hitting whoever they can that's an enemy. That's something that Malachi perceives as a danger. And as his body finally comes to a rest and these arms stop flailing, he just kind of drops back down to his knees, back into more of a prone position, and a sigh of exhaustion comes from his voice. Looking up to Mithra, he just says, "We need to save him."
How much damage did they take if they failed? 8?
8 damage, and they lose reactions until their next turn.
Got it. All right, all 3 thugs failed. Corridal passes. Is there like a half damage on a save or no damage? Or
half damage on save, and they do not lose reaction.
So yes, you see all 3 of the thugs get blasted by these things. Looks like they're trying to get up as they just rip back down to the ground on top of Cavil. Corridal seems to almost brush this aside and not even really caring much at all about it, as he's just in a full-out rage as he comes forward once more towards Mithra. Quinn, you are up.
And are the guards still prone? Sorry, I missed that.
The 3 thugs are, yes.
All right. I will then go and basically mumble words of power that begin to cause my body to tremble as the air chills, and I will focus this freezing energy on one of the guards that are laying prone on the ground. They will need to give me a Constitution saving throw as I cast Frostbite.
Just one of them?
Yeah.
16.
That succeeds. I fail.
Malachi, you take 1 point of damage for that spell, too. Anything else on your turn?
That will be it for now.
All right. And with that, let's see. Mithra, you are up. These 3 thugs, Kavil, are all on a heap on the ground. Malachi is at your feet as well. Only it's you and Corridal the only ones standing at the moment, facing each other.
Okay. Do I have it? I thought I had a dagger on me. Or something I could, like, do a melee attack with.
They would have wiped or taken everything you had. You can do, like, just a normal punch and kick and karate.
Is he, like, close to being killed or no?
He's a little bloodied, but he doesn't look too phased yet.
Alright, well, I'm gonna shock him again then. That one was a 6.
Oops, gotta roll to hit.
Oh, sorry, I rolled d20 to hit.
Yep.
17?
Yep, that hits, and it was 6 damage.
Come on, Cordal, I thought we were friends. Jeez. At least we didn't lose. That's all you wanted. Why are you acting like such a dick?
See, he looks like he tries to say something,
Don't
but
have
the
so many
words,
feelings.
the words are sort of caught in his throat and just lets out this roar. His eyes sort of roll back a little bit. You can see his veins bulging more and more. Kavil is up. He's going to use his move action to stand up, since he's not that, and he'll disengage back into the cell. You can see he's holding his gut, he's holding his shoulder, and there's just this huge gas that runs all the way down his chest where the shiv is. The shiv is still actually part way in there. This collarbone is sticking out. And yeah, he will move into there. Then the thugs are up. They will use their move actions to get up. That you see, they all sort of glance over at you on the ground, Malachi, and again, all 3 are just going to swarm onto you. Two of them will sort of reach down, trying to grab you hold of your arms. One sort of reaching for your throat to get a hold of you. You can fight these off. The other one comes in, though, and digs his shiv into you for 6 points of damage.
I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke as a reaction. I'll take the 6 damage. I'm still up. And he will take 2d10 fire damage.
All right. You'll take 1 point for the spell cast.
Okay, so that's down to... How much damage did I take before this? So I'm down to 2 damage, 2 health points. Ooh, that's 17 damage on a dex save.
And that's a 4, so I'm assuming that's a fail. Go ahead and describe what this looks like to this guy, because you will wipe him out.
As this one thug is able to dig his dagger into Malachi's torso, the blood starts to drip down. Malachi looks up, and the grin again comes across his face. As a shocking blast runs off the dagger, runs through the hand and the arm of the thug, basically chops off at his shoulder so the arm separates from the body, an explosion of blood. The man looks surprised, shocked, to his shoulder, to Malachi, to his shoulder, and his shoulder still clasping the arm that's holding onto the dagger as the body falls limp to the floor and dies. Malachi wipes off the hand and the dagger, grabs the dagger out of his torso, and looks like he's about to pull it out of his chest.
That Corridal is up as he comes forward. Mithra, he lets out this scream. His teeth are flecked with blood, and you can see it flecks across your face as well as he's bleeding quite badly. And he swings in, but instead of hitting you, he hits the bars behind you, and you can see several of the bars just flash with this greenish blue light from his fist. His other one comes around, and I need you to give me a strength check, please. Which would just be 1d20 plus your strength modifier. And you might be muted.
Sorry, 16 plus 1.
17. So he reaches forward, grabs you sort of by the throat, and lifts you up, bringing you in kind of close. You can see his eyes. It seems like, given your background, you can see that some sort of spell or something has come over him at the moment. His eyes are rolled back, his veins are bulging, but he grabs you by the throat and just slams you against the bars once, twice, just over and over, slamming you against these bars behind you. Take 5 more points of damage. With that is the end of the round. For those who can see him, the guards are running down the hall in your direction. 3 of them have these long batons that are crackling with energy, and another one has a large, almost like a tower shield or a riot shield. And up first is Corridal, and I need another strength save from you, Mithra.
All right.
16.
14.
Right. And again, yeah, he just continues to smash you against these bars behind you. That would be 4 more points of damage. Are you still up?
Yep.
All right. Kavil is up. I know he can heal a little bit, so he's going to cast those Cure Light Wounds on himself. You see this almost a blackish glow erupt from Kavil's hands. A couple of his wounds clear up a little bit, and he rips the shiv out. And he's going to come up behind you, Mithra, reaching out to try and help you. But Quinn, you are up. Ahead, you can see Corridal's just smashing Mithra over and over and over again against the bars behind her. Malachi's on the ground. 2 thugs are still on top of him.
Are they still in my grease, the 2 thugs?
Yes. Do they need
So
to make another save?
they would have needed to make it at the end of their turn, but we can. It actually kind of bones me if they do fail.
One's a 16, one's a 6, so 1 will fail.
1 will fail. Then the one that is standing, and they're pretty clumped together, right? Like this is a pretty close quarters fight.
Yep.
So I will begin to focus some energy, chanting out, drawing glyphs in the air, and summon forth some ice knives. And I begin whipping them at the one that is standing. I rolled definitely a hit, 20 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
He will take, at first, 7 points of damage of piercing, and then everyone in a 5-foot radius, which I imagine is probably the other guy that's on the ground.
And Malachi.
And Malachi? Okay. Sorry, Malachi. You're getting wrecked. Is he hurt? That's too late now. The spell's already casted. So everyone in a 5-foot radius must make a wisdom saving throw. As the ice sinks into the guy's back, it begins to crackle with cold energy and then shatter into shrapnel. So if you succeeded on a 14 DC, you take half of 5 damage. If you failed, the full 5 damage.
The thug fails, so that will actually take him out as well. His bits and pieces of his body freeze over a little bit and then just explode in this reddish frozen goop.
Malachi's eyes lock in on Quinn. A knowing look comes across them as he starts to fade and his head hits the ground, unconscious.
I knocked him out.
And Malachi, give me a death save then.
Asshole. Sure. Oh, it's the 19 natural.
Ooh. All right, you're good. Mithra, you are up. Still in the grasp of Corridal as he continues to smash you behind the into the bars. You can do an athletics or an acrobatics check to try and break free, unless you want to do something else.
No, I want to try and push him off me and break free. Or at least, yeah, I want to get him the fuck off me.
So
sorry.
athletics
Athletic or
acrobatics, and he got a 22.
oh shit. Athletics, acrobatics. Okay, I guess acrobatics, but I got an 8.
Yeah, as you wiggle, squirm, try to break free of his grasp. No, he just has an absolute iron grip on you and is in this complete frenzy of a rage at the moment, not even really acknowledging you're there, just slamming you over and over. Anything else on your turn?
Jeez. I guess there's not much really I can do, eh? I don't really have any.
No bonus actions probably yet, no.
Alright, no, I guess I'm just stuck being slammed against the wall.
And with that, the thugs are up. 2 of them are dead. The one is still on the ground, and he's slipping. He has to make a save at the end of his turn, right? For Grease.
Yes, at the end of their turn, it says. Right. And it lasts for, make sure I didn't actually, no, because nothing else is, this isn't concentration either. Yeah, I'm fine.
Right. So with that, since he's on the ground besides Malachi, he'll reach over. You can see he takes this small, just quite a small shiv and just buries it into the side of Malachi's neck. Mark off another death save for you, Malachi.
Jesus, my dude's going hard.
And with that, the guards are coming right up on you as this is the end of that round. Now put the guards in. You'll also see Warden Bartel come around the corner at the same time. Mithra, you are up first. You can see Cordal has you by the neck, and he brings you back again, just getting ready to once more force your head through these bars that doesn't quite fit through.
So can I try and break free again?
Yep. Let's see. 2. Oh, I only got a 10 that time.
15 plus 2.
You break free, so you can take an action or something if you would like.
I'm going to aim a hard kick at right his balls.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Sorry, do I add my strength?
Whatever your attack is, you should be your strength and your proficiency bonus. You're also going to have advantage on him right now.
Okay, so I can roll twice?
Yep, take the higher.
First time I got a 7, so... 15 plus... Hang on. Plus... Sorry, what? My strength and my proficiency modifier?
Yep.
Why do I not know what that is?
Should be plus 2, and then whatever your strength is.
Okay, so plus 3 then. So 18.
That is a hit.
Cool.
Do a kick 1d4 plus 1 for the balls.
Nice. Four. Fuck yeah.
Nice. His eyes will roll a little bit further into the back of his head as he lets go, stumbling back a few. 3 of these guards are going to come up towards behind him like they're going to try and grab him. But Quinn, you are up first. Malachi's on the ground, this shank sticking out of his neck. You can see the guy that's on top of him, this other orcish thug, rip it free and get ready to stab him again.
Fucker. The guards are already there?
They're coming up behind Cordal right now, yes. They're just not up in the initiative yet.
It's awkward. Fuck. I have something planned too, but we'll see if the initiative betrays me. I will. Do I see any shanks laying around that I can shank the shanker?
I guess the other guard is there and he would have one, so yes.
All right. I'm coming at him with a shank, screaming out, "Get off my brother!" with a hiss of anger and hate. I roll a fucking natural 20, bitch.
Beautiful. That's certainly a hit. Shanks do 1d4, so just do 1d4 times 2 or 2d4, whatever you want to do.
Oh, damn. Okay. That's a total of 7 damage.
That will be enough. Go ahead and describe what you do.
Yeah, like a banshee scream, I howl and just grab the shank and I spider monkey on his back and just viciously start rapid fire stabbing him in the neck. Blood starts gushing out as his body gives way to my weight, and then we all kind of fall on top of Malachi, and I push the body off and we'll try to tend to my brother's wound, but obviously that's going to take a little bit of time.
Malachi, give me a death save.
use that inspiration, you son of a bitch.
Oh, is it not 17?
Good.
That's 2 saves, 1 fail, I would imagine.
Yep. And with that, Kavil will reach through and puts his hand on the back of your shoulder, Mithra. And he can heal you for 4 points of hit points. That is all he has for the healing, though. And then he'll start to come around the corner to try and help out as he can, grabbing a shiv off the ground as well. Let's see, thugs are all gone, so they're out of initiative. Corridal is up. And as he sees his 3 thugs go down, you see these other guards start to come up behind him. He's just going to go into a frenzy. You can see his hand comes around, this crackling bit of energy straight towards you, Mithra. That would be a 23, which I'm sure is a hit. You're going to take 1 point of regular damage, but 6 points, so 7 points total of electrical damage. Is when he hits you this time, this crackling energy that has been sort of coursing around his hands just explodes into you and throws you back. And as he turns around, he looks at Quinn, you on the ground. You can see the smile keep across his face. You'll notice it too. When you look at him, Quinn, something seems to be come over him. His eyes are completely rolled back, this reddish bloodshot look. His veins are bulging out. You can see he brings his foot up and just brings it down. That's a 19.
Guys, this guy's fucked. Something's wrong with him.
It's a 19 to hit you, Quinn.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
It'd be 4 points of bludgeoning, 6 points of electrical, so 10 total.
10? What the fuck?
And he just brings this down right into the back of your head. And with that, the guards are up, and all 3 will just pile on top of him, trying to bring him down. You can see these long batons that they have, digging into his sides as they zap him. And Warden Bartrell will come up. Cordal, leave the kids alone. Save it for tonight. And when he speaks, Cordal completely stiffens up and doesn't move. He just stands there. You can see he breathes heavily for a few moments. Blood covers his body. His teeth are flecked with blood. His hands, most of it, Quinn's. And he turns, looks at the warden, nods, yes, sir. And with that, Cordal turns and just starts walking away, the 3 guards behind him. Warden Bartel looks at all of this. Gavil can heal you a couple points to save you. He has 2 left, so Malachi get 2 hit points back.
Woo!
You see Gavil reach down, this dark, almost inky-like blackness rolling across your wounds and stitching them up slightly. And all of you can look up. You got 1 thug that has basically been frozen over and shattered, another one that's been shanked to death, another one burnt mostly to a crisp from this hellish rebuke. Well, looks like you guys have a bit of a mess to clean up here, the warden says. Looks down the hallway. You guys can see the goblins in the distance cackling as they're basically trying to dodge their way out of these guards, chasing them. They'll run into a couple of cells, and you can hear their cackling laughter. Everybody else has sort of formed a little bit of a circle around this fight that was going on. And they'll part in the middle as Cordal walks away down the hall. A bit of a rough morning for you fellows, huh? I hope you had a good night's sleep.
Yeah, and not such a great day, though.
You must have really pissed off the orc. What did you do?
Me? I didn't do anything.
Well, seems like you don't think the same.
Yeah, well, it seems like you don't think right, if you know what I'm saying.
Sometimes his anger overcomes him a little bit. Look over and the warden will come forward. Reach his hand down to you, Quinn and Malachi, to help both of you up.
I'll help myself up and my brother without his hand.
Nod and sort of wipe his hands. He's like wiping dirt or something off onto his vest and says, well, why don't you go down, get a bit of eat? And he looks over at Gavil. Says, me and him have a few words. Instead of going to your duties this morning, wait in the leisure basin. We'll have words afterwards as well. Now get out of here. With that, he'll grab Kavil by the back of the neck and pushes him back into the cell. What do you guys do?
I will look to Malachi and Mithra and ask if you guys are okay.
I'll turn my head, lick my wounds, and go sit down.
I'm not feeling so hot, and I am going to kind of just slump against the stone wall.
Well, I don't think you're going to get very much in the means of proper first aid.
Probably not.
I can take a look at it if you want. I'm not really studied in that kind of regard, though. Maybe we should just go to the basin and rest for a bit.
That sounds like a good idea.
I'm fine, don't touch me.
Hey,
just
don't
go.
talk to her like that.
It's fine. He's not a morning person.
Trust me, nobody's a morning person today.
He's a little bitter that I hit him with my spell. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't know that you were in the radius. You know I wouldn't let anything happen to you.
Took one down, we're even.
The way I seen it, I took 2, but it's okay. We weren't counting.
Fuck.
Come on, let's get something to eat. I'll cheer you up. You need your coffee, or whatever the fuck they call that thing that they call coffee is.
Sludge.
I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch before this fucking jail sentence is over.
Who, the warden?
That Corin fucking whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh yeah, he's fucking dead. Don't even worry about him. He's not worth our time, brother.
You guys start to walk down the hallway towards the leisure basin. You can hear these footsteps coming up behind you rather quick, Quinn. Like, oh man, you really got them that time. I bet you kicked them in the balls, didn't you, Quinn? Did you get them? Did you get them?
I did not, but you know, my good friend, I put my arm
kicked
around
him in the
her,
balls.
Mithra here. He gave Cordall the biggest kick to the balls I ever seen. And
You'll see this ratty, skinny man, this shaggy sort of beard covering his face. It's really patchy. Smells mostly like feces. Look at you, Mithra, and reach out his hand. You can call me Coyote. What's your name, lady?
Oh. It's Mithra.
Well,
Easy to
Mithra,
remember.
that's a beautiful name, beautiful name. Did you meet my friend Quinn? Me and her have some plans, you know. Maybe Quinn, maybe we can add her into our brainstorm.
don't you remember the rule? No talking before morning coffee? Come on now.
Did you see that kick to the balls? I mean,
you get back there. No talking till coffee.
I need a coffee and a cigarette, Coyote.
I'm gonna go speak with my friends and feed up Frank a little bit. And, Mithra, would you like to see my snake?
Maybe after a cigarette and some coffee. If you can provide one of those two things, you're welcome to come back.
Cigarettes and coffee. I got you. And he'll take off running back down the hallway.
He's weird, but I promise that it's not what you think it is when he says his snake.
Maybe he'll bring us cigarettes and coffee.
I'll
How
pull
the
like a
fuck did you
mangled...
two get a lackey out of this deal?
How'd we get what, sorry?
How'd you get a fucking lackey out of this deal? I get fucking blown away and you get a fucking lackey? How does this work?
Brother, don't you remember I'm charming and have very good people skills.
Guys, are we trying to have another long rest?
Oh no, we cannot do that even by real standards. We have...
What, you want a
wait.
coffee or a long rest? What the fuck is happening here?
We have to wait like a day before we can sleep
You one of them
again.
weird people that can drink coffee and go to bed?
We are probably going to take a couple of minutes to an hour and lounge around till the warden gets to us, Mithra. Hopefully Kavil will come back, and I think he has some kind of capabilities. But until now, I need to go check out a special little spot. Do you guys mind standing guard to make sure no one's watching?
Sure.
All right. And I'll head to like my
fine.
special hallway corner where I have my stuff hidden. I don't really know in terms of where it is in the prison, but I'll make sure they're standing guard.
Malachi and Mithra, give me perception checks.
Malachi already knows where.
What's my... Oh,
I've already known.
Uh,
Ooh, 7,
19.
9, 10.
But extra perceptive. You'll notice a few people walking by here and there, Mithra. None of the guards. They'll kind of look in your direction, but since I'm envisioning sort of kind of on the stairwell heading down to the leisure basin, they don't really pay you much mind and don't seem to be coming in your direction. So it seems like Quinn's okay for the moment.
That's
All
it.
right.
I don't see anything else.
Nope, that is it.
So I know that we technically already had our long rest, Morgan, but how would you feel if I go and look at my book and just change around a couple spells? Would that be too busting of the rules, or?
I'm also about to die, so.
I'm assuming you guys are going to take a short rest.
Yeah.
So in that case, that'd be fine, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to swap out a couple things. And I also am interested to see if there is a new spell, maybe written in a special writing that has popped in the book, or is this something that's just in my memory?
Nope, it is in your book.
Okay, I thought so. So yeah, I will prepare that then also.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm just going to switch it around, and then I'll make sure that my dagger, my book, and my component pouch is still there. Maybe I'll grab a couple components that are like easily stashed in my pockets in case I do need to emergency cast stuff because I don't have a focus. And other than that, I will head to the basin and hopefully we'll complete a short rest so that we can all heal some hit dice.
Yep, you guys get down there. Seems the buzz of the leisure basin, the talk this morning is about the fights. Yours. You get a lot of other people seem to go by and give you a bit of a nod. Other ones glare at you from across the room. You can see a whole table of orcs is currently a bit ruckus, but they're not bothering you right now, but they certainly are glaring in your direction. Corridal is nowhere to be seen. Guys can have a short rest. So
how much HP does that give us back?
Whatever you're level 2, so whatever your hit dice is. Ms. Mage is 6, so you can roll 2d6 and get that back.
Okay. And you add your con modifier, so roll them one at a time in case you heal enough.
Sorry, add my con modifier?
Yeah.
To each roll.
What's that?
Whatever your con.
Sorry. Okay, so +2 to every. Okay, sorry.
I spent 2, but fully healed now.
Okay, so 4 plus 2, that's a 6. And then. Ooh, 5 plus 2, so that's a 7. So 7 plus 6. That's pretty good. What's 7 plus 6?
13.
Cool. I think I might be almost back to good, guys.
At the kitchen, you can get to what looks to be some sort of sausage patties and fried eggs, English muffins. Looks like a fairly decent breakfast. I mean, whatever the sausage is, looks quite tasty, steamy, plenty spicy.
Take a double helping of meat.
Get your orange juice and your coffee, your cigs, and take a seat. It'll be a good 20 minutes or so as you're eating breakfast. And, some people sort of give you the nod and seem to be quite impressed with what you've done. Other ones glare at you and not so much as friendly. Gavil would come down after a short while, although looking a bit better. Seems like he took a bit of a rest as well and bandages up his wounds. He'll walk over quietly, take a food of oatmeal or something, a glass of coffee, and sit down at your table and just start eating, not saying a word.
I'll look at him and say, so what, you're chums with the warden now?
Takes a few bites and then looks up. Something like that. Seems to have a bit of a deal on our hands.
I thought you wanted to get out of here with us.
I do. I'm gonna get out of here soon, I hope.
With us?
I hope.
I don't really like
I don't really like hopes.
I don't really like deals being made for me. Can you maybe go into a little more detail here, Gavil?
Continue to eat for a few. Well, the warden isn't what we think he is.
Really? He's not a fucking huge douchebag, asshole, dick sucker?
Well, yeah, I guess you could call him that. So now, my patron, as you might know, is Asmodeus, the Lord of the Hells.
Give him like a cocked eye, like we know that. Like that's not. We're gonna pretend like that's normal.
You wouldn't notice the tattoo, I guess, that he has, but he hasn't set it up to this point. But, well, actually, Malachi, you would have noticed he was making prayers to Asmodeus when you guys were driving your wagon. That's not the important bit. I've been given a job from my patron, one that I must do. This is whether you're with me or not is just all of your choices, but I think we can make progress with this. Since the warden has given me a deal, you guys, if you would like it, somebody's been killing inmates here at the prison. That is what they were searching for this morning. He has multiple people currently on the case, other inmates, some of the sentinels, some of the upper guards. He wants us to work undercover, see if we can find out who is killing these other folk, namely the River Styx Hellions. He gave me a few leads. With that, he will give us free range of the basin here and some of the outlying halls to infiltrate, to ask, to talk around, see what we can learn. But more importantly, a job this evening that if we can do, he will cut us a bit of slack and give us an out. I believe that, given the situation, we can trust him on that.
If you trust him, you're dumber than you look, but I also don't think we have much of an option. I have a feeling that Corridor stunt was just his way of saying, do what you want, or this is what's going to happen.
I think so as well. He said he would be down shortly to have a seat with us.
That being
after
said,
the others leave.
I want to look around and see if anyone's listening into our conversation.
Right around you, no, but you will notice like the orcs across the way, and you'll see Old Man Murray actually sitting a few tables as well. Malachi, you would recognize him. He'll smile in your direction, give a bit of a nod. He could probably hear you, and there's a couple other people at his table, just randoms you haven't really seen here and there.
Then I will, subtly as I can, wave my hand across like the jagged table, and as I'm like drawing, kind of rubbing it nonchalantly, text is magically forming in the form of minor illusion that says, I think I found a way out. And then as soon as the letters are like forming, they're also disappearing at the same time, so it's as inconspicuous as possible.
Kavila looks down at that and just goes back to eating his breakfast at the moment, not saying much more. Do you guys do anything else?
Well, brother, what do you think? You want to be one of the warden's henchmen? I'm sure it's better than the job that I was doing.
After reading the text that Quinn spelled out, I just look up, throw the bone from the meat down on my plate, smile, nod, and whatever you think's best, sis. Whatever you think's best.
Mithra, what do you think? You got beat up pretty bad back there. I'm sure you don't want to spend too much time here with Cordo. He seems like...
No, I want to get the hell out of here. Let's get out of here. I'm with you.
All right. Well, let's hear what this Warden Bartel has to say to us.
You guys can finish eating for a bit and drinking your coffee. It tastes like crap. But eventually the bell rings in the distance. You can see all these people lining up at their different stations that you had done so the day before. Over in the corner, you can see Banwin, the small halfling, talking with all his lady friends in the kitchen and getting ready to go carve up some meat for the day. And you see Old Man Murray gets with some of his other older fellows that are working there, all greased up and getting ready for the maintenance room. In the distance, poor Coyote looks at you with longing eyes. Quinn seems almost upset that you're not with him today as he's making a lone trek into the sewers. Lets out a bit of a whine, but after a few minutes, everybody goes their separate ways. A few guards stand around in here. Seems like they must have been alerted because they don't really motion or push you guys anywhere. They just seem to wait. few minutes pass, then you can hear the clomping of the warden's shoes on the stairs above as he comes down this sort of wide circular staircase that comes down into the main basin and comes forward, this big smile on his face. Says, you must have liked my offer then. He takes a seat right next to you, Quinn, at the head of the table. Quinn, you're on his left, and I'll say Malachi, you're on his right. Look at both of you. Well, would you like to hear my offer?
Nothing better to do.
Well, I could certainly find something better to do. I mean, if you would like to go work in the sewers with old Coyote, I'm sure he could show you his snake a few more times.
I mean, I gotta admit, he has a little better personality than you, but sure,
Yeah.
let's see what you got to say.
Well, spending years in this place tends to make one a bit grumpy, and got to entertain ourselves somehow. I'm sure you understand, Quinn. You were stuck in places for long times and had to occupy yourself as a kid, wasn't that right?
Sure.
It's simple. You all do a bit of work for me. You scratch my ass and I'll scratch yours. I have a few jobs that need to be done. If you can accomplish them to my favorability, I think I can offer you guys a shorter sentence. I went through your portfolio, looked at your forms, and it seems every one of you got the shit end of a deal getting in here. Famed, minor charges, whatever the case is, somebody had it out for all of you and got you in here. Should have been perhaps just jail case over in the city or something, but unfortunately for all of you, you are here with me. So if you would like to get out of here quicker rather than later, I think we can get that process in motion.
I'm a big fan of other people scratching my ass. Wait.
Just remember you have to scratch mine first, Malachi.
You know what happens when you go to bed with an itchy ass, right? You wake up with stinky fingers.
Ha! Quite the humorous fellow, quite the humorous. I haven't heard that one before. Well, hopefully your ass doesn't smell as bad as mine, but let's get down to business. Seems we have a rash of murders here in the prison. Every one of them, 7 to be exact, have been of the River Styx Hellions, a small gang here within the prison. Normally, I wouldn't give 2 shits about the gangs, be it the River Styx, the Blood Claw, or any of the others. I really don't give 2 craps. But there's one thing I don't like, and that is when other gangs start feuds and cause a bit of a ruckus. So it's fine if it's a little bit of a fight now and then. I mean, you guys had fun this morning, I'm sure. Coradog wouldn't have killed her, of course. He was just looking to rough her up a bit. Smile at you, Mithra. But when it comes to murder and cold-blooded killings, well, one less person here means one less coin in my pocket, and that I don't like. So, we'll give you the job. Poke around a bit, see what you can find out about this. If you're asking me, I think it's part of the Shadow Mist Guild. Them and the River Styx Hellions, they've had a bit of arguments of lately. So poke around there a bit. But more importantly, tonight, you can do this and, well, I'll do everything I can to push you out of here. We're having a shock boxing match tonight. Coradar will be in the ring. Should be in quite an entertaining evening. Everybody's invited. Food will be provided, courtesy of the kitchen. Seems we have an overload of meat. Some is a little bit more frozen than the rest, Quinn, but I'm sure you understand. Next time, perhaps you can cook the meat instead of freeze it. And with that, you guys will work undercover. I don't know exactly what is going on, but Malachi, I believe your friend Murray has something to do with this, so keep an eye on him. Says one of my guards has said that some sort of deal is supposed to take place, some sort of package is supposed to change hands. And whether he's one of these folk in the package or dealing with it or perhaps knows about it, something about the old man, he knows something about all of this. Says, locate the handoff, find out who the target is, and if you can eliminate it. You do that and bring the package to me. That's it. Bring the package to me.
That's it.
And, well, you will have a free ride out of here. Since Kvil has already signed up. There. Haven't got much other news yet. You got any other choices?
No, sounds like I have a pretty easy line of shit in front of me, don't I?
Listen, if we're going to be helping you out, then you need to help us out. We can't just go fucking poking around in here. It's not like we're the #1 celebrities. You know how everyone's looking at us. We need to have us working to our full capabilities for you, Warren Bartell. So how about you help out my friend and brother here with those pesky callers? You know, make sure that we're working to peak performance to make sure the job is done right.
That makes sense. Give me a persuasion.
I don't know why I'm the one always doing this. I have very little charisma, but let's see what I rolled. A natural 16.
All right. Well, we'll have to make sure that they still have collars on, so he'll look at yours. Very well. And he'll snap his hands a few times. The guard will come over and he'll reach up and whisper to this guard who nods and goes off. He'll swap out the collars soon enough. Says, you have free reins. I'm going to put you on janitorial duty here in the halls of the basin. Says, take a mop bucket, take a broom, sweep around, do the kitchens as well, poke your nose around a little bit and see what you can find. Says, you can hit the maintenance hall. You can hit the sewers, although Coyote doesn't. I don't think he has much to do with this. He just likes to kick people and try to break their necks, but it's quite humorous, actually. Perhaps in the kitchen, the laundry room, the basin at lunch. You do your thing, and tonight, you intercept the package, bring that information to me, easy as pie. Do we have a deal?
Yeah, why not? Seems like a deal too good to be true.
Excellent. And he'll reach his hand over to you, Quinn, to shake. A gentleman's shake.
Don't kid yourself. You're no gentleman.
There's no deal without a handshake.
I'll reluctantly reach over and touch his slimy hands and give him a dainty shake.
Smiles wide and turns to you, Kavil. Malachi. Gentleman's handshake.
Yeah, she taught me well.
You shake his hand too?
No.
He'll stand there with his hand out until you shake it. He says, it isn't a deal until you shake. We can throw you back in the cell if you wish.
I'll look to Quinn. Fine. Shake his hand, look him in the eyes, and break a smile. Remember, deals are broken from both ends.
Don't you worry. My deals are never broken. Mithra, how about the handshake? Seal the deal.
Sure. I'm gonna reach out and give him a quick handshake and quickly pull my hand back.
One would think you don't like handshakes. He looks over at Creel and you and I, we already have our agreement. So with that, fellows, how about you get to work and I will see you this evening. It's going to be a hell of a fight. I think you got Cora Doll in the mood this morning. He'll push himself up from the table, turn his wide form walking away as he heads up the stairwell, each clip-clop of his boots disappears up on the upper loft.
What's your fucking deal, Kavil? What'd you make a deal for? What'd you shake the pussy's hand with?
I'm simply following the orders of my patron. This is what I was sent here to do, and that is what I will do. But I have desire to get out of here just as much as the rest of you. You can
What, are you
count
gonna
on
kill
me.
us?
No,
Is that your deal? You're gonna take us out?
no, not at all. Simply following orders. But you have my blade. If I had one, you'd have my fists, my skills, and I'm happy to help. Excuse me. Happy to help in any way that I can. We do this job. I simply agreed like the rest of you. It's a bit more pressure on my end, of course, but it is what it is.
Everyone's kind of left us in the leisurbation now, eh?
Yep, besides a few guards here and there strolling about, but and a couple other little inmates that are cleaning, doing basic janitorial duty, but that's it.
Well, looks like we're all janitors today. We should get cleaning. Where are we going to hit first? Should we spread out or should we stick together?
I think we should stick together.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Well, are we under the impression, as I speak to the group, that we're going to be out of here soon?
I
I
think
have no
so.
idea what's happening.
Do you trust this guy, Kavil? Is he actually going to fuck us over? Or
I believe he will hold his end of the bargain. That is the feeling that I get from my patron and the beliefs that I have. I think he is under the same guidelines that I am. Without holding them up, then he will be shunned, lost, forgotten by his patron. Say, exiled, if you will. It's a horrible experience. So I believe he will, yes. It might not be to our favor, and he might have a way around it, but one way or another, he'll have to hold his end of the bargain.
All right, where are we heading first? Maintenance hall, kitchen, sewers. I have something I want to look for, but we can save that for last as a kind of plan B. We're looking for clues on the Shadow Mist, and you said you made acquaintance with that Murray character, didn't you, brother? He has something to do with this? Is he on your side?
He seems to be so far. He's helped me once.
Well, where is he working? Were you the maintenance person?
Yeah, he was leading the team on those the race things we used, whatever the hell they call.
Well, let's get sweeping. Hey, it's kind of like old times back at the
He's just over there. Maybe I'll go and sit with him and see what he says.
Go ahead. Why don't we pop into the kitchen then, Mithra, and see what we can find out. You must have made some friends in there.
Maybe one, but we can try.
Really, you're so likable. I'm surprised.
Me too.
All right, let's go.
I'll start with Malachi's. You head off to speak with old man Murray. You can see he's currently working on tearing apart some sort of, looks like a clock-like device with this big, huge pendulum and these gears. He's slowly working on tearing apart and cleaning the grease out of it and everything. He'll look up and be like, Malachi, it's a hell of a race you put on, lad. A hell of a race. Coming from behind like that.
I have someone to thank for that.
Not
Appreciate
me.
your help.
Says, you're most certainly welcome. Just don't let anybody know. Keep it between us. Says, so you're working down here again today, eh? The warden must like you, not putting you to work in the kitchen.
Listen, you old fart. The warden just warned me about you. So far, I want an inclination to trust you. I kind of trust you. I kind of like you. I don't want to keep it that way. What's going on?
Warned you? About what? Says I'm a 75-year-old
Just
man
said
who knows how
this.
to fix clocks and gears and such.
Well, if you are up to something, maybe he's onto it. Maybe you should keep yourself out of trouble for a few days. Get the eyes off you, if you know what I mean.
So, well, I wonder what it could be. You know, I did steal an extra sausage patty this morning. They were extra tasty.
Oh, I don't really care what it is, old man. I just want to warn you. Like I said, I like you. Kind of like to keep you on my side.
Well, thank you, Malachi. Yeah, why don't you have a seat and I'll show you how this works.
Yeah, what the hell is this anyway?
And he'll be torn apart. So, this is what they use to lock the cells. It's a bit of a locking mechanism. He shows you a couple of these different levers and how things work. Attach a chain, and when they pull the lever, it opens up all the locks along the corridor. Seems this one's been malfunctioning. Somebody jammed it up a bit. That's how they got into that cell last night and killed that woman. But looks like I needed to get this fixed up for the warden. Yeah, he'll show you how it works and
What
start
is the
tearing this.
deal with
Well, he's like any other warden. Likes to boss people around and likes to entertain himself with our own plights. Line his coffers a bit. Sit around in his office drinking wine, reading books. What more is there to say? He's a bit of a bastard if you ask me, but he is fair and stands behind his words.
Sounds like a cushy fuck. What's with that voice of his? Seems to make people stand still and all.
From what I hear, he's quite the accomplished sorcerer. No, from what he looks around a little bit, leans in. I heard he's got devil's blood flowing through his veins. That's where he gets his powers. But that's just hearsay. Didn't hear it from me, Malachi.
I was just kind of back in my seat and stopped talking so much at the sound of that and kind of go back to the locking mechanism.
He'll continue to show you some of the different things as you guys tear this thing apart a bit and clean it and get around it. So what was that mess you got yourself into this morning? Pissing off old Corradala? You know, his boys, they'll ambush you the first chance they get.
I think he was pissed at me because of the race.
Are you guys still in the leisure basin?
No, you're with me in the kitchen.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. Sorry.
I think he was pissed at Mithra. Something about the race, I guess. I don't really fucking know. But they were going at us hard and we had to do something.
Understandable.
How many people around here die a fucking day anyway?
Lately, it seems like a lot. It used to be the warden would throw him down in solitary and let him rot away. Old age and sickness, you know, the normal things. But yeah, every day for the past week now, somebody's been found dead in their cells. Strange, they're always cut open from throat to the crotch. Their ribs broke open.
Anything
And
missing?
every one of them missing the heart. Says, you know, if you ask me, it's part of that, what do they call themselves? The Blood Claw, Blood Gang, yes. Blood Fangs, there we go. The Blood Fangs. I heard that they like to drink the blood of their victims. sacrifice them for their god. Makes sense to me.
Some weird shit. Where do you find them?
Well, they always have their space in the basin over on the far side, next to the weight machines. I think you've probably seen the leader, Sudeikis, big fellow, tattooed face and chest, always snooping about.
Yeah.
He's the
I
one that
remember
leads
seeing
them.
him.
Well, don't get on his bad side either. He put Coradol in this place more than once, if that says anything.
Seems like I fucking have a tendency to make people smile, don't I?
Yeah, well, good luck with that. And he'll click up this box back together and stand up. I gotta take this up to the ward, and you have a good day, Malachi. With that, he'll turn, picking up this box. It actually looks quite heavy, but he seems to pick it up fairly easily and starts carrying it away. Over in the kitchen, Quinn and Mithra, you guys make your way through, sweeping up underneath these tables. Yet you can see all of the girls, or all of the ladies, scattered about, carving up bits of meat, chopping up vegetables, mushing down gruel. Benwyn skirting around, pinching more than a few asses and letting out giggles. Ah, Mithra, my friend, you come back to work in the kitchen. Says, I knew you would miss me. How are you doing, my lady friend?
Well, I made it through the death match, so I mean, I guess I'm here.
Says, I saw that you put on a hell of a show. Says, I wouldn't be one to mess with Coradol.
Yeah, I caught him when he was pretty pissed off after the fight.
Well, you're looking a bit better. You got in quite a few licks there. I saw him when he was smashing you up against the bars like that.
Oh,
I bet
thanks
it
for
hurt.
coming to help.
Oh, well, I was involved with my lady friends. I'm sure you understand. You know, we had a bit of a crazy night since.
Oh, sure.
He says, you see her over there? And he points across the room to what looks to be this half-orcish, very large woman. Says, you couldn't imagine what she does to a halfling like me.
I don't even want to picture it.
Well, I can tell you. And who is this, your friend? And he'll quickly scurry over to you, Quinn, holding out his hand. Such a love. That is a beautiful hat, my lady friend. What is your name? What is your name?
Name's Quinn. It's cool if I smoke in here, right? And I'm not like mopping or sweeping at all. I just have the bucket up to the side, and as I'm asking that, I'm already lighting the smoke.
So it's only if you share. Light me up, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quinn, what's
me
your
too.
name?
Even Mithra. Well, we can all let's go over here and have a bit of a smoking party. And I'll tell you about my night. I can't wait to divulge the details.
And what was your name again?
Banwen Hippersnapper.
Banwen, eh? Hippersnapper. Cool. Pleasure to meet you, bud.
Most certainly. And what brings you here? I met Mithra the other day. We carved up a few bodies. And did she tell you about the battle with the rats? Crazy little bastards they are in here. You keep a watch for them. And if they come near you, you just kick them.
Yeah, she mentioned it. We're just the new janitors here.
What? You left the kitchen, Mithra?
Oh,
Did old Banwen scare you away? I'm sorry.
Not exactly. I kind of...
You're my first lady, don't you worry.
I got in a little trouble.
Warden's punishment, I will say, as I take a big haul on the cigarette.
Screw the warden. He doesn't know what he's talking about anyway.
I want to investigate or percept him to see if he or anybody in the kitchen has any kind of gang tattoos like I've seen others with.
Yeah, totally. Actually, investigation would work for that.
All right. I got a 13.
Scanning around, most of the people in here look fairly basic. You don't really see anybody that you saw either gathered together in any kind of groups or gangs, or no tattoos that shine. You see, Banwen, he does have several teardrop shapes under his eye that go down his cheek, but that's the only thing he has, which you haven't seen any other, like a gang affiliation with that either. Otherwise, everybody seems pretty mellow in here. Looks like most anybody else, but nothing stands out.
Yeah. So, crazy what's going on around here, eh? All those murders. You guys hear about that at all?
In between the howls of the evening, I thought I heard a bit of a grunt across. Could you believe it was my next door neighbor right across the hall, ripped open like a sack of flour, and well, I hear they've been stealing their huts. Crazy.
Your neighbor, were you close cell friends?
No, not at all. His name was Chang. I didn't really know much about it. I'm not much into the guys. I like my lady friends, Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, me and Nora last night. Oh, it was crazy.
Nora. Wow. She sounds like a beauty. Lucky guy you are.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome to come visit us, I'm sure I can speak to the warden and have a bit of a party. Mithra's invited. She said she was coming already, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to consider that for sure. But we got a lot of cleaning to do. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little worried to be walking these prison cells with everyone being murdered.
Don't you worry. You know Banwin. Anybody who knows Banwin's safe. That's what I always say.
Yeah, that's great to know. I'm glad that I made your acquaintance then. I heard that the Shadow Mist gang is maybe the ones doing it. You know much about them?
His eyes will widen when you mention that as he looks around. Don't say about that here. Don't talk about them here.
Oh, sorry. I'll whisper.
No, I don't think they have anything to do with that. If you ask me, it's the Bloodfang gang, but yeah, don't talk about them here. There's nosy people that poke around here. Yes, that's a funny joke, Quinn. Come over here. And he'll sort of lead you to the side where there's this sink where everybody's washing vegetables and stuff.
Yeah, let's go wash some vegetables.
Yeah, gotta watch what you say around here, Quinn. You're gonna get us both killed.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. It's just the rumors that I heard. Everyone was saying probably the Shadow Mist, but
Shh, don't say that here.
Oh, sorry. What do you know about the Bloodfangs?
Not much really. I mean, they go around biting people a bit, and that big ass hairy tattooed fella. I'm sure Sudeikis. I'm sure you've seen him around. He seems to lead them and order them around a bit.
Yeah,
I heard that he's a bit of an ass. I heard that he's a paladin of Merkel, the god of death.
Oh, cool.
But they all think they're vampires or something. Well, I had a few lady friends that got a bit involved, but I wasn't quite into the nibbling, It's gumming is okay, but teeth get a little rough.
Well, I'm kind of thinking myself that maybe I should team up with one of these gangs, and I'll kind of look around to make sure no one's eavesdropping. And I will whisper, like, if you think the Shadow Mist are so scary, maybe I should see if I can join them. Who's running those guys?
Yeah, look around as well. I don't know.
Can you tell me about them, if you're so afraid of them?
The Shadow Mist, they're like fog in the night, like shadows in the darkness. Don't really know too much about them. Their name creeps around this place, but it's said that they don't have markings. They don't even know who one another are. They all just follow the Mistress Midnight. That is what they call her. I don't know much more beyond that. I don't get involved. I've heard that they're quite scrupulous and not somebody you should mess with.
Oh, thanks for the heads up. It was great getting a chance to talk to you, but we got lots of cleaning to do. The warden's going real hard on us for the fight, so we should probably head off unless Mithra over here has anything else she wants to discuss.
No, I think we should go.
Leaving so soon. You're no fun. We had a whole evening planned, or whole afternoon actually. It's not quite evening yet.
Did we? Because I've had a horrible, horrible day.
Well, old Banwin can make that better for you,
That's okay.
You know, Banwin, I'm kind of a vegetarian of sorts. Maybe if you could make a special dish for me with none of that meat, as I look and probably see like a bunch of just disgusting slabs on the table that I know what are. I'll say maybe like me and you can become friends, and I'll maybe stop over at the party. I heard
I'll
you're a pretty
stop
great
over
chef.
at the party if you got some vegetarian options.
Well, I'll see what I can cook up for you fellas today. Yes. And
Ladies.
don't forget it. Cell 13. It's my lucky
I won't.
number. Cell 13.
Don't worry, I won't forget about you. And I'll wink at him.
Oh, you're giving me the chills, Mithra. Can't wait. I'll let Honora know that you're in on it, and well, we're gonna have a
Imagine
grand
we're
time.
already walking out as he's talking.
Just rubbing his hands together and seems quite excited.
Like to then meet up with brother and Kavil, or Kavil's not with us. Kavil's with us?
Did you want him to go anywhere else, or?
No, we'll all do it together. I just want to go up to Malachi and just ask if he figured out anything with Murray.
Sounds like the old man doesn't know much. Said something about Fang Gang or something. Eating hearts.
Blood fangs, yeah. Apparently there's a lot of talk about them, the ones doing it. I believe that Sudeikis guy that we met in the cells seems to be the leader. Didn't he make some kind of...
Did you hit it off with him?
I don't think so. I think he made us an offer, though, didn't he? I honestly forget out of game, but he was like talking some shit to us, wasn't he?
Yeah. Mentioning basically that he knows a way out, but...
Right, he knows a way out. Well, we have what? The maintenance done. We have the kitchen done. We got to check out laundry. Think we can get it in before the shift's over, guys?
Supposedly there was something with the kitchen, wasn't there? Did you guys find anything while you were in there?
Yeah, found a real winner of a cook, Banwin.
Sounds like a fucking good guy.
He's all right. Doesn't really know a whole lot. Seems to be really afraid of these shadow mist individuals. Apparently there's some kind of secret like cult or something dangerous to talk about. No one knows who they are.
Weird.
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with these people? Are just bored here.
People like ripping out hearts and shit, though. That honestly sounds like some fucked up cult shit.
Yeah, cult shit.
Can I make a history check or something, or arcana check to see if I know anything about ripping out hearts?
If it's related to Stakus and the whole gang, you can do religion.
Religion? That's not my strong suit. So I'm just going to say I can't do that because I'm not... I guess technically I would be good at it, but I'm not proficient, so it doesn't really make sense. I was just thinking of like hearts used in like some kind of rituals or dark magics maybe for the arcana side of it, but...
Yeah, you can make a case for that. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, I can't because I rolled a natural 1, and even with that 7 modifier, it puts me at an 8. So
I'll take that inspiration point, though.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There's every ritual requires a heart still beating, of course.
Yeah. So, laundry, guys. Let's go. Maybe we'll get some panties for you, Kavil. How you feel about that?
I got a whole bunch in the cell already. I can already make nearly 10 feet of rope. Get another 10 feet and we'll have 20.
Well, let's go panty raiding.
The doors to the laundry will swing open. This hot steam rolling out just smells of musty dinginess. And you'll see most of the people are sort of crowded around at the moment. Several guards as well, crowded around the sort of a circular motion. The warden and several other guards are in the center of the circle. And he'll look up in your direction and go back to what he's doing. Because everybody seems something's happening in the center of this circle.
I'll push my way.
Yeah.
Malachi will just start pulling people out of his way so we can get to the front to see what's happening.
As you push and shove your way through, you'll go up. You're going to see this large person. He's not quite sure if it's male or female, laying on the ground. His chest is completely ripped open. Blood is everywhere in here. And the warden will look up and sort of locks eyes with all of you for a moment, and then goes back to down and seems to be talking with the guards. Beside you, you're going to see this very tall but skinny half-orc look over. He says, I saw the battle you guys had with the Gordor this morning. It was quite rough. And, well, can you believe what happened here? Look at this. Look at this. He says, somebody went and ripped the heart out of old Bolin. What a poor soul, poor soul. What's your names? What's your names? Saw you here. I had the Kavil. I remember you, Kavil. Yes, you were folding panties and fighting cloakers with me. The name is Tarkus. Tarkus Kashalan. What was your name again? And looks at you, Quinn.
Name is Quinn. Nice to meet you, Tarkus.
Yes. Look at what happened here to old Bolin. Just lying there, chest ripped open, missing a heart, you know.
Yeah, I've
hello.
been along a lot lately, hasn't it?
How you been today?
Is this to me?
Yep.
I'm good. You know, I'd be a lot better if people weren't getting their hearts ripped out. Doesn't necessarily make me feel very comfortable.
Now look what they did to old Bolin there. Went and ripped it open, took the heart out of there. So what's your name? What's your name? You in here long? Name's Tarkus.
Yeah, Quinn.
Quinn. Can you believe what they did to old Bolin there?
All right, next. I'll just go see who else is in the room.
Push your way through a little bit. You can see that the three guards have covered up Bolin, and Kavila mentioned, this is that fellow I worked with yesterday. Quite large, boisterous, and it seems like she wouldn't want her to fly. I mean, she helped me battle the... No, she didn't even do that. She basically laid on the ground screaming like an infant when the cloakers attacked, but still, she didn't deserve this. The warden will look up. Malachi, come over here. I heard that you had studied in medicine. Why don't you take a look at this? Why don't you take a look at this? What do you know about it?
Looks like he's fucking dead.
Oh, no shit.
I'll do a perception check to see if there is anything. Ooh, that is a 12.
Ooh, let's see. You will see all the way down where the body's been split open. It's fairly jagged cut. It looks like it was done with more of a dollar blade or something not overly sharp, but it's black, almost like black ink, all the way down the side, on either side where the flesh was opened up.
I'll stick my hand and touch this ichor and see if I can rub it between my fingers, gaining any knowledge about it, maybe a history or something check.
Let's see. History would work. Religion would work. Either one of those.
Let's see what that equals out to. That's an 11.
You've seen this a few times here and there, probably more so as a younger kid or whatever, but you believe it is demon blood.
All right, and I'm gonna, as I rub in this a hefty amount of this black ichor in between my fingers, I'm gonna smear my thumb on my tongue and taste it. Kind of smiling, looking into the air as I do it, and then just be like, I told you, he's fucking dead.
And that is all you get from this? I expected much more from you, Malachi.
Well, that and the fact that a demon probably killed him, because this tastes like demon blood.
Do you know what demon blood tastes like?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Well, why don't the lot of you get back to cleaning? We'll take care of this. He'll motion for the guards to load up the body and take it to the kitchen. She should provide a few meals.
Meals, huh? Sounds good.
He wants us to bring it to the kitchen?
Nah, the guards. He'll motion for them to leave as he pushes his way through. Gets back to work. Swing through the doors again and start heading out. Everybody will quickly clamber back to getting back to folding clothes and washing shit. You'll feel a...
I'll go up to Quinn really quick and I'll be like, hey, the old man might have mentioned that might be something up with the warden. I don't think he'd hire us to investigate himself, but I might want to keep an eye on him.
No shit.
Yeah, maybe something even a little more than that.
Care to explain, Detective Radagast? I'll say sarcastically.
Fuck you.
All right then. Well, thanks for the tips. It seems like this place is a bust. This is 2 murders now in one day, correct? Because we got old Chang dead this morning, and now another one in the laundry room. So whatever is going on seems to be getting worse, and we didn't have really any leads so far. You guys got any ideas? I think we need to talk to this Sudeikis individual, maybe.
I think you're right, but where do we find him?
Wasn't he in the cell next to us or some shit?
Usually in solitary, I thought we could find him.
Hmm.
Isn't that where he usually ends up at the end of the day?
A lot of the time, yep.
Well, I'm not too eager to go back down there just yet, but I did find something interesting also down there.
Care to explain, Detective Radagast?
I would love to, but when I was making notes last session, I accidentally deleted most of them, so I don't remember the finer things. But basically, there's some cell that I was stored in that someone tried to break out of beforehand, and they sealed it with metal plating. I lifted up the plating and found a secret tunnel. It was blocked by portcullises that I couldn't get past, but I could smell sea air, and there's a bunch of cart tracks and pillars.
Huh.
I don't have any ability to get by the portcullises. They're made really strong, but
You'll feel a tap on your shoulder, Quinn. Turn and see
Jesus,
this.
I thought we were looking around to make sure no one was listening.
You see the skinny orc. Oh, I know where you're talking about. I was there once. Name's Tarkus. What's your name?
Tarkus, if you got something meaningful to say, I would really love to hear it, but kind of feel like we're going in circles here.
I could tell you all about my childhood. It's quite meaningful. When I was just a wee lad. Well, you don't want to hear that story.
I sure don't. Anything else?
You have a good day. Well, what was your name?
Hey, Tarkus. What was it about you had been to this portcullis place? What were you saying about that?
Whoa. Portcullis? Oh, yes. I saw it once. I was standing there, gazing out on the ocean through those bars and watching the ships sail away. That was a long time ago. I remember it like yesterday.
How long?
Oh.
Was it yesterday?
No. Much longer ago, back when I was just a wee little half-orc.
Kind of looked to Quinn. Maybe we do want to hear about his childhood.
He'll look around a bit and, oh, hello. How are you today?
I give my brother, like, go ahead. If you have time, talk to him, but good luck with that.
Did you see what they did to Bolin over there? Just, I saw it happen too. It was just a flash.
Let me guess, your name is Tarkus.
Oh, yes, Tarkus.
Hey, guess what, Tarkus? Guess what, buddy? Guess what?
3.
Fuck off. And I'll walk away.
Yeah. Well, he'll turn around and start wandering back to his table.
All right, guys, I feel like we're getting nowhere fast. This is great. A couple of top-notch detectives we are. I'll start smoking some more.
I don't understand why that Tarkus guy would have been in here as a young half-orc. Like, it doesn't make sense, man.
I mean, I think he's probably crazy, maybe.
Yeah, but it sounded like you remembered the place you were talking about.
Maybe. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I remember the story of, I can't remember the name because my notes got deleted, but basically some crazy fist guy broke out. It doesn't happen to be Tarkus, right? Like Tarkus is a scrawny orc.
Yeah, no, it's not him. Golos,
yes. I don't know. If you want to talk to him and you have, I think you might have a better chance of just waiting out your sentence and cutting off than getting some kind of lead from him.
If he was around this place when it was built, maybe he has a way out. Who knows? Fuck it.
You could try talking to him.
I don't want to anymore, thanks.
Well, hey, I appreciate your contributions, okay?
That's what I appreciate about you.
All right, so laundry room checked, kitchen checked, maintenance room check. I do want to hit up the sewers maybe, but I'm afraid that the coyote's going to be down there, and then I'm going to have to listen to him talk, so...
You don't think he'll know anything about this shit? Like, how come nobody knows about this at all? Like, what the fuck is going on in this place?
I mean, everyone seems to know something about it, but nothing useful.
Man, through you're a drow, can't you just fucking hide in the corner and fucking catch somebody?
I mean, I'm not totally invisible, but I can see in the dark very well, and I'm good at hiding.
Oh, fuck.
Why don't you go sneak around and see if you can hear something?
Where am I sneaking around to?
The sewers, yes. See if you can sneak past the coyote and find any cave-ins.
I'm not going down to the sewers by myself. That sounds like a bad time for me.
Fair enough. There was some really nasty otalugs down there, so...
Oh, jeez, what the fuck? What are we gonna do?
Well, there's the Shockbox match happening tonight.
Do you know if any of these guys had anything in common? Any of these fucking dead people with their chests ripped open? Maybe there's like a current theme going on here?
I don't know. Could we do a intelligence check to see if there's anything that we've realized connection with them?
Right to your right, Malachi, as you say that, you can sort of feel this hot breath on your neck. Oh, hello. Are you talking about the bodies?
Is this fucking Tarkus? I'm not gonna look, but just tell me it's not fucking Tarkus.
It's Tarkus.
Holy shit. Well, yeah, I was just talking about the bodies, Tarkus. What you got?
Oh, well, you know what they are, right?
No, I don't know what they are, buddy. What are they?
And he'll look over at you, Quinn, and be like, oh, I remember you. Oh, it's been a long time, Quinn. Why, you were just a wee little girl. Those were the times, weren't they? Those were the times.
Listen, man, what the fuck are you talking about? If you have something to say, say it. I would like to intimidate this fucker.
Go for it.
I'm going to spend my fucking inspiration. God damn it, 15.
Like, oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. So, sometimes I come off a bit weird, strange. I just
Listen, you say you
like
know
people
me?
to hear. Oh, yes, we met a long time ago.
When did I meet you? Where did I meet you?
Well, the way I remember it, you came in through the doors. They were swinging back and forth, come trudging up. That man too. He was with you. Oh, points at Malachi, and then we were standing there side by side, looking down at. Oh, poor Bolin. Oh, ripped
Hey,
open there.
hey, slap him in the face. Focus. What are you talking about? Where did you meet me?
Well, I'm trying to tell you the story, Quinn. It was right here, right here. Oh, we were looking at the warden was here and the guards.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna
He says,
cast
and your
command.
brother, he went over there and was licking the blood.
I'm gonna cast command on Tarkus, and I'm gonna command him to finish a fucking sentence. And I'm gonna ask again, what's up with the bodies? It's a wisdom saving throw if he wants to make one.
He sort of stands rigid a little bit. And, there are demons, of course.
What do you mean they're all demons?
Well, look at them. They have no hearts.
I'm fucking done with this guy, Quinn. I'm fucking done.
Hello.
Wait,
how are you two doing today?
Demons. What the fuck?
Were they demons before they lost their hearts, or they just didn't have hearts? Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
That's interesting. What do I know about demons?
History, religion, unless you have something better that you might want to.
Historia, natural 26. I know everything about demons.
So you know that they come from the abyss, which has said to have 666 layers, but it's also prophesied that there's probably more, an infinite amount. Demons are chaotic, evil, of course. They always battle. There's an ongoing war called the Blood War with the devils. Both sides evil, but both sides basically want to control the more lawful nature of the devils and the more chaotic nature of the demons. Demons are not, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have hearts, or they don't have physical bodies per se. They're just a conglomeration of whatever chaotic soup creates them. They can often look human, they can look like animals, or they can look like other devils, or own crazy whatever deformities they are. But no, demons do not have hearts. And this is what kind of leads into their chaotic nature. If they are killed on the prime material plane, that is the only way they can be killed. Otherwise, they are just reborn again as something else in the abyss.
So they can take the form of whatever they want, or potentially disguised as humans. Would their bodies, when murdered, stay? Like, does this seem like Bolin could be a demon?
Yes, well, true demons, no. But, well, if they're there in their demon form, then no, they're sent back to the abyss and essentially banished and destroyed. But if they possess something, then yes, the body remains, but it's still corrupted by demonic entity.
Interesting. So I'll look to my brother and Mithra and say, maybe we're looking at a bit of this demon devil turf war boiling over.
What do you think we should do then?
Stay the fuck out of its way.
Gavril will nod, and that makes sense. That is why Asmodeus would have sent me here, to take care of the situation, to stop the demons from infiltrating this place, not to bring the blood war here. That is what we must do.
How the fuck do we do that?
I got an idea. We're janitors. Why don't we go...
Well, you want to clean up the fucking evil?
No. Why don't we clean up the baddies of this place? No, how about we make a special trip? I heard that the warden's office had a mess. Sorry, fuck, that was hard to say. I would like to go clean up his office. Can you guys help me, maybe? Wink, wink.
You're gonna let us all? How big is this fucking? 3 of us. Sure, yeah, okay. Should be done in 5 minutes. Let's fucking do this.
Listen, jackass, you stand outside and watch me. I don't need you to talk right now.
Fine.
All right. Can we head to the? I don't like. What kind of clearance do we have here?
Not that kind of clearance. You don't even know where it would be.
Damn. All right.
Be a good idea if you could get there, but
But I do have an idea.
I know someone who knows where that office is.
Who's that? Actually, this is good. Who do you know?
Old man Monroe fucking said he was bringing a box to go check out the warden earlier. He knows where this place is.
Holy shit, we have to find him right now, I say, quickly.
Well, I think maybe he might be back in the mess or in the mechanics room. Let me go check.
Can we try to track? I have an idea. I have a fucking idea, guys. Find Monroe.
yeah, he would. If you headed over to the maintenance area, Malachi, you would see him working on one of these wagon vehicle things.
Hey, what's up, old man?
Oh, Malachi, you're back, and you've brought friends. And he'll come over. You can call me Murray. I think we met before, but welcome to my office.
Listen, if it's not too much, old man, I got a favor to ask. I know it's the second one, but I'm not pushing my luck. I promise that nobody's going to get hurt. I just want to know where the warden's office is. I want to go see if we can scrub it clean for him, you know what I mean?
The warden's office. You'd be a fool to go there.
Why would you say something like that?
Nobody's allowed up there unless they have business with the warden.
What about janitors? Don't they ever clean this place?
No. Well, he has his own up there. It's 3 stories up. We got to have the clearance for that.
He has his own fucking janitors? Jesus. All right. Well, they on that one.
Well, I mean, I could point you in the direction, but those guards, they won't let you pass unless you have business with them.
Did you ever end up bringing them that package for the things you were working on earlier for them?
Ah, yes, I delivered everything I needed.
You gonna have to deliver anything else soon?
I got another lockbox I got to finish up, but it was requested that I finish this job first.
You need anybody else to maybe make that delivery when you're ready to make it?
Well, what's your business in the warden's office exactly?
Listen.
I don't want to get caught up in anything scrupulous or dragged into this.
I don't want to put you in that bad spot either, actually. Shit. All I want to know is, right now we're trying to figure out about these murders around this place, and it's not looking good. It's looking like might be some stupid fucking demon war. And I just want to figure out if the warden knows about it, or maybe he's got some info or intel or something like that.
Well, I wish I could help you with that, but I don't really know. I mean, he spends most of his days up there smoking cigars, and drinking his wine, and reading his books.
You got any weird habits? Any time schedule things he usually does?
Says, oh, yes. Says, any night there's a shock boxing match, which tonight, by the way, I hear Corridor's facing off against a quite fearsome foe. I bet it's Sudeikis. That would be my guess. But he always prepares in the afternoon, usually just after the lunch break. He'll be down, usually in Corridor's cell, pumping him full of that anger that he does and getting him riled up, raging.
Well, you mean the fucking warden talks to Corridor before he fights all the time?
Oh, yes, that's how he gets him ready. It's his prized fighter, Corridor hasn't lost a match yet.
Really? Kind of give a glint to Quinn. With his magic voice, I'm sure Corridor will do whatever he says.
He does. But the orc, he's a hell of a fighter, but he is a bit dense. The charms and the such, they get him quite well. I think old Warden Bartel knows that. Controls him like a puppet, he does. At least it's entertaining.
All right, old man, you've been more than helpful. Sorry to have to try to ask for a stupid favor. I'll think about it a little more next time.
Wasn't stupid. I understand. I get it. You let me know if you need anything. And Quinn, Mithra, nice to meet you again.
It's good to see you again.
Nice to see you. We will leave.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
And I will tell everybody when we are definitely alone. Are we definitely alone?
Look around. You are alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
When I was doing some studying, I maybe researched another spell that can make me look like whoever I want to. So maybe
you're gonna get yourself killed, sis.
I can get into the warden's office and see what's really going on.
Listen, right now I think we might have been attacked on behalf of the warden. Something in my fucking spine is telling me the warden's doing these murders. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it seems like everything might trace back to him and his fancy fucking tongue. It's kind of bothering me. Might just be a stupid fucking feeling, but
I mean,
I don't think it's stupid.
I hear what you're saying.
Gavil will shake his head. That can't be right. He says, the warden made a deal. He can't break a deal.
Here's my thought. The warden pisses off Cordell and comes to make him fuck up us so that we are forced into making this deal with him.
What kind of deal did he make, Gavil?
The simple deal of finding these people, intercepting the package. I got the same deal as you did. I shook his hand just like you. The only difference is he wanted to tell me that, this was from my boss.
I think that the warden has more information than he's letting on. And you said you heard rumors that he is... Actually, you didn't tell me that. Fuck. You didn't hear any rumors about the warden. You were talking about those rumors, weren't you? What were you talking about?
Yeah, I might have heard one or two rumors about the warden.
Oh, do go on and tell them to me. I would love to hear them.
Well, one of the rumors I heard is that the warden's not actually the fucking warden. That the warden's actually one of these inmates. And he hides among us just to figure out what's going on in his jail. That was the rumor I've heard about the warden. Second rumor I heard is that this warden's probably a demon, man. He's got that fucking voice. He's got that voice that can tell you what to do when he wants to.
Demon or a devil?
I'm pretty sure it was demon, but I don't know, man. It was secondhand information. Rumors are only as good as they are.
Did you hear anything else about him?
It smells kind of nice.
Oh. Oh, that's not true. So your sources are clearly bullshit.
Just telling you what I know. What'd you fucking hear about him?
Nothing else, eh? No other rumors that you were talking to Murray about in particular,
Let me think. And then I'll just spill whatever Chris obviously wants to hear because I can't remember.
Oh, really? The warden is capable of magic, a potential sorcerer, brother. That is crazy.
Well, all demons can do that shit, man.
I think that he's holding back information, and I'd like to get into his office and see what he's capable of. It's probably dangerous, but there's a shockbox match that everyone's going to probably be at.
I wouldn't mind watching Sudeikis kick the shit out of Corridor.
Maybe we convince Murray that somebody else is doing the lockbox delivery, and I will pose myself as him and deliver this to his office during the shockbox.
Yeah, whatever you do, you can't get him in trouble.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, you've said that before.
Listen, I'm doing it for us.
Fuck. I'll go see if I can talk him into it.
Just don't tell him the plan. Just tell him.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Is that a good plan or a bad plan? It's probably a terrible plan, but I want in that office.
I
You're
think
gonna
it's our
fucking
only
die.
shot.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
As you mentioned that about the warden and being the sorcerer, having demon blood and stuff, Cavill will shake his head. I heard that the warden was Fey, able to walk the boundaries between the Fey wilds and here. But I also have it on strong belief that it's not demon, it's devil blood that runs in his veins. Now, it's only a hunch, but one that comes straight from my soul, straight from Asmodeus.
So if the warden's the devil, and we're finding dead demons all over the place, pretty sure you're obviously right about the overspill war. How the fuck do we solve our problem?
I mean, we try to get out of its way as quick as possible, I think. If we can just tell them who's doing it, then hopefully that'll be our end of the bargain.
Tell what? Tell the fucking warden we know he's doing it? How does that work? Who do we tell?
I don't think that he's doing it. It doesn't make sense. If he was doing it, why would he put us on the case?
That's the question.
Well, I bet you I know where I can find some answers. In his office.
Fine, do it. Damn it. I'll go tell fucking Monroe.
Hey.
And as you come back in, Maria will look up and is like, "Oh, you're back again already." He says, "I'm really sorry, Malachi. I don't dare get involved in this." He says, I can't help you much more.
I just want to know if I can make that delivery for you. That's all.
Just make the delivery. If it was up to the warden and he made the order, sure, but the guards are not going to let you. I've only been given clearance because I was asked to do the work.
Oh, how stupid would I sound if I said I'll do it posed as you?
So, what happens if you get caught? It is my ass and your ass. It's like two asses together, one big ass.
Yep.
You know, last time I tried to help somebody like this, I ended up here. Family killed. It was a mess.
You got nothing else to live for then, buddy? I'm just kidding. Sorry to hear about your family.
Well, I must get back to work, and if you want to work on the box, you're just cleaning it out like I showed you before. It says it needs to be taken up tomorrow. So, help you if I can, but I don't know, Malachi.
Well, just let me know when I come to pick it up tomorrow what you think, and we'll see what happens then.
So, if you want to work on it, you can. If not, I'll have it done this evening, and we'll figure it out.
All right.
And he looks sort of lost as, his eyes glaze over a little bit as he seems to be thinking back or something. He swear you saw a little bit of a tear in his eye as he wipes it off and then goes back using this huge breaker bar to rip off a tire of this wagon.
Yeah, I start picking away at the lock and the box and the locks that are within it, doing my best to mimic the motions that he showed me earlier and how to take care of them properly. Are they labeled in any way, like where they might be going back to?
It would have like a diagram that's there.
But the locks themselves, would they be like, this lock is for this specific cell? Would there be any correlation there?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's one lock that would go on either side of the west wing or the west hallway. So one would be labeled like west left and one left right or something. But they're labeled because they set up all the way down through. And then if you're looking for like a gear that opens a specific cell, the diagram would have that.
I was wondering if like these locks were going back to specific cells, and I knew what cells they were going to. Maybe I could bung one or two up for those specific cells. That's all.
Oh, well, yeah, if you follow the diagram, you can bung it up for whichever cells you want, yeah.
Yeah, if I came across a lock for Sudeikis's cage, I would I'd bung that one up, and
Okay.
I'd also bung up another one that I would assume that we would probably be led into next as well.
Okay. You guys have been in the same cell for quite a while, so yeah, you could get yours. So what basically doesn't lock, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, but I want to make it so that it's like, oh, I forgot to clean that little part, and this is what happened. Geez, it was never an intentional aspect to the. I don't want to get the old man in too much trouble, even though I'm probably gonna have to kill him.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand.
What is that? Ooh, 10 plus. Give me something good on this one. That's an 11.
Yeah, you leave a couple of these, goofed up a little bit, not quite cleaned out properly. Maybe set back into place a little bit crooked so the gears don't catch. Think it might work.
Once the box is all cleaned up, I'll put it back up on the counter and I'll say, listen, think about it overnight. If you don't feel comfortable in the morning, I won't do it.
I'll do that to Malachi. I have some thoughts. With that, he'll turn and get back to work.
I'll head out.
I'm giving Malachi a scolding look right now.
Well, you're the one fucking showing up dressed as him tomorrow, so.
I'll sigh. Brother, what part of demons pretending as humans and the warden hiding as a potential prisoner made you feel like the guy that we just met a couple days ago
I kind of
was
think this
trustworthy enough to just spill everything that we're doing to? I mean, I
kinda
like that you have that ambition and that kind of trust, but I would just love to hear what about him.
I think this old man is the actual fucking warden, man. And if we can get him on our side and he trusts us, I think we might have a way better chance in this place than anybody else.
Perfect. Well, we just told the warden that we're planning to break into his office.
Not this guy's office, the assistant warden's office. Yeah.
All right. Well, I trust you, but
You fucking better.
just know that if you're wrong, I'm probably going to end up dead. No pressure or anything.
You didn't think you were gonna end up dead when you fucking came up with this plan?
I never think I'm going to end up dead, brother.
I don't want you to. I kind of like you.
All right. I think it's time to shut her down for the day.
I want to go watch this fight, man.
Bet you 2 packs of cigs on Sudeikis.
Yeah, I'll take that. I know who's gonna kick ass. I fucking just got knocked out by. Oh wait, I got knocked out by you. Sorry.
Well, you're lucky he's not fighting me then.
Yeah.
You guys do anything else before evening rolls around?
I'm gonna go eat some meat.
I just want to, if there's a vegetarian meal, I want to eat something. And
Oh, Banwin will have you hooked up with a vegetarian, and Quinn.
yeah.
Oh,
So I'll eat my vegetarian meal and then curl up and try and sleep.
we're going to have a party tonight, right? You guys didn't forget? Cell 13.
13.
Oh, man. It's going to be a good time, Quinn. I'm telling you. I got some chews. Oh, going to get lit.
Can't wait.
Yeah, he'll hook you guys up, get some food, poke around and do a bit of cleaning. Once evening rolls around, you can see the warden has gathered everybody out into an area of the pits, where the racing pits, where you wagons were, but sort of in the center area where there's a stage that has been set up. There's these glowing blue orbs and red orbs, green, buzzing all over the place, sort of lighting the place up. Inmates are all behind a big cage that wraps around. In the center is the warden. Corridor stands in the ring. And he'll look around and he says, get rid of these cages. Let them come close to watch the match. And with that, these cages are lifted off the ground by these chains up towards the ceiling, and all the inmates will start moving forward in around this ring. It's a simple 10-foot by 10-foot square ring. Big, heavy bars around the outside of it. Corridor stands in the center. His eyes are sort of glazed over, these veins pumping out of his skin. You can see both hands glow with this bluish colored crackling energy. And he just stands perfectly stoic besides the warden. The warden looks around and says, "So, are we going to enjoy this evening or what, my friends?" Now these people will start cheering a bit. What do you guys do? Are you going to any certain thing, or like, what's your guys' plans for being here?
I'm staring at the warden the whole fucking time. I don't trust that son of a gun. I think any stupid move he makes, I'm fucking eyes on the prize, baby. Eyes on the prize.
I'm just gonna hang back and try not to be noticed.
Yeah, just sitting back and watching.
All right. Everybody give me a perception check. Let's see what you can find out.
It's a 15 from Malachi.
21.
Ooh.
19 plus 4.
You guys are extra perceptive tonight. Guys, well, look around. If you're looking for Murray amongst all of this, as you were told to do, you can see him on the opposite side of the ring from where you guys are, sort of up close. He's leans back against a large rock, and he has what looks to be a bowl of like some sort of pretzels or snacks or something in his hand that he's eating, watching, and he'll sort of wave over your way when he catches your eye and give you a nod. Beside him is this tall woman. You have not seen her before. She stands close to 8 feet tall, very skinny and lithe, black hair, and her skin is even sort of almost matches Mithra's, sort of a darkish gray color. And every now and then he's talking to her, and they're pointing into the ring and seem to have a conversation going on. There are sentinels scattered all the way out and around you guys. There's probably maybe 200 inmates circled around the ring, and then outside of that ring are the sentinels lined up. Every single one of them is armed with a sword as well as one of these light batons and shields. And they actually have their weapons out and their shields in hand and stuff, as if they're ready in case there's a riot that breaks out. And then the warden will be in the center of this ring. We have an excellent opponent for Coradal this evening. Says you've all heard the rumors. I'm sure you know what's about to go down in here. And, motion for Coradal. Says, why don't you have a seat and get ready, my friend? Mithra, you'll feel this hairs on your neck go up a little bit, this weird tingling sensation. And the warden will scan across the crowd. It seems there's been a bit of a mix-up, my friends. Says Sudeikis. He won't be fighting tonight. He was found ill in his cell. But don't you worry, we have the perfect opportunity for a rematch, one that will be talked about for days, maybe years here. And he scans this crowd, and his eyes stop on you, Quinn. Malachi, as you guys are standing there. Says, this morning there was an excellent battle in the halls. He says, Mithra, come on up to the stage. You're going to fight. And we will leave it there for tonight.
All right. Yikes.
And actually, just before we stop at Mithra, you will feel that there's some sort of spell or something being cast on you.